News at Noon starts right now.
Another busy day in the KSAT 12 newsroom, and we're getting you ready for the day ahead this noon. Here are the big stories we're following today. A former Uvalde district police officer charged in the Robb Elementary shooting is scheduled to face a judge. What you can expect from today's hearing. Plus, San Antonio firefighters finishing voting on a new contract. We'll tell you what comes next. But first, a win for Bexar County.
That's right, Courtney. New this morning, a win for Bexar County. A Bexar County judge has denied a motion for a temporary restraining order and an injunction filed by the state attorney general's office. Now, after county commissioners finalized a contract with a company called CGS to mail out voter registration forms to eligible voters in Bexar County. Devin Karp was in the courtroom this morning when it all happened, and he joins us now live. And Devin, we know this issue has been contentious.
Yeah, absolutely, Stephanie. There have been heated arguments both for and against this. And after Judge Arteaga made her decision after listening to arguments from legal representative from the state attorney general's office, as well from the Bexar County commissioners, what she ultimately called was a moot point, because as those Bexar County commissioners said, the legal register forms for the voters, that contract with CGS, Civic Government Solutions, had already been completed. Those forms were sent out last Tuesday. Now, CGS is a company that has been contracted with Bexar County and mails pre-filed voter registration forms to eligible unregistered voters in the county. County commissioners voted 3-1 to give CGS nearly $400,000 to mail out those voter registration forms. Those forms target people who had recently moved to Bexar County or moved within the county to a separate address. The state attorney general's office had argued that the county commissioners did not have legal authority to approve CGS to send out those registration forms. Legal representatives say they wanted to stop those forms from being mailed out. They claimed the forms could get into the hand of ineligible voters, but as Bexar County says, they were already sent out last Tuesday, and the intended audience is already opening up their mail, leading to the judge to dismiss the TRO and temporary injunction.
So this contract has been on the table, so to speak. We did not get the restraining order till after the contract was signed. The county is free to continue to do what it needs to do to increase voter turnout.
Bexar County says if they ever did receive a filled out form from an ineligible voter, they are confident the elections office would stop from registering and voting. We asked the legal team representing the attorney general's office for comment. They referred us back to Paxton's office. We've reached out to him and have yet to hear back. But something important to keep in mind, this is not the end of the lawsuit filed on behalf of the state attorney general's office toward these Bexar County commissioners. This is just a denial of a TRO and temporary injunction on behalf of them. We asked Bexar County commissioners what they said would happen next. They responded that decision is up to the state. For now, Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Something we will keep looking into. Thank you, Devin. Something else we're following. 2 former Uvalde CISD officers are expected to appear in court today. Adrian Gonzalez and Pete Arredondo have both pleaded not guilty to multiple counts of child endangerment charges for their response to the Robb Elementary School shooting. Our Daniela Ibarra is in Uvalde, where the hearing will begin in just over an hour, and she's telling us what to expect.
Instead of at the Uvalde County Courthouse, that hearing is going to be here at the Uvalde County Jail. Remember, this is where both men were taken after they were indicted back in June. Gonzalez pleaded not guilty during his first courtroom appearance back in July. His attorney, Nico LaHood, told us he had yet to hear then why his client was being charged. Gonzalez's former boss, Pete Arredondo, is expected to appear in court for the first time today. This comes more than a week after he asked the judge to throw out the charges against him. His attorneys claim Arredondo wasn't at fault. Uvalde County's district attorney filed a response last week saying he endangered children. Both Gonzalez and Arredondo have pleaded not guilty to the charges. Now, family members of both the victims are expected to be here in court today. This is going to be the first time that many of them face Arredondo since these charges, or since the first time since the shooting. And of course, we're going to be in the courtroom listening to that hearing, and we'll have the latest for you coming up at 5 and 6. In Uvalde, Daniela Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you, Daniela. Looking out there with live cam, we're already up to 89 degrees. I went back out to my car in the parking lot to make sure I had the sunshade out, Sarah, because I know it's going to be a hot one.
Still going to need it all this week too, Stephanie. It is going to continue to be hot for us in San Antonio. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures. 89 in San Antonio, 90 at Bulverde, 90 at Porte, and 90 down in Divine. But it's the humidity that'll get you. Dew points in the 70s, making it feel like it's in the mid-90s. 95 right now is what it feels like in San Antonio. Feels like it's almost 100 in New Braunfels. Feels like 95 in Floresville and 99 in Gonzales. We're going to be close to record heat today. The forecast high for the day today is 97 this afternoon. The record set back in 1954 on this day of 99. So close to the record today, and honestly close to the record tomorrow as well. For the rest of the day, expect sunny skies. We are starting to see some cumulus clouds develop out there, so throughout the afternoon, puffy cumulus. 97 for the high, only a 10% chance for a stray shower from those cumulus clouds. Feeling like 101. Hey, coming up in the forecast, I'm going to have a look at the September sizzling on, and we'll have a look at the tropics. There is one storm system that the National Hurricane Center is paying attention to. Those details ahead in just a bit.
Thank you, Sarah. Well, right now, San Antonio firefighters are finishing voting on a new contract.
This is the first time they've had a chance to do this in 15 years. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger is here in the studio to give us the background on all of this. Garrett, it's a little bit complicated, but you've been looking up on this. What led to this new deal?
Well, we've got to go back in time here. The city and union have a rough history over the past decade. The last time they both agreed and voted on a contract was 2009. But when that contract ended, the two sides battled for about 6 years over health care costs and a controversial evergreen clause in the contract. That fight spanned the negotiating table, the courtroom, and the ballot box. For much of it, the firefighters were working under an expired contract, which meant no raises. It finally ended when the union used its newly gained power to force an arbitration process. That means bringing in a panel of third-party arbitrators who handed down a contract which had far less in it for the firefighters than the union had hoped for. As a result, inflation has far outpaced firefighter pay in the past decade or so. But this new contract will include more than 21% worth of raises over the next 3 years. Now, that's the deal that the two sides agreed to at the table anyways, but both sides need to actually ratify it. The union's voting closed today at noon. We should know that result in a few hours. If they pass it, then goes on to the city council for a vote on Thursday.
You've been following this whole thing for a long time now. You're talking to both sides, trying to stay up to date. What is the likelihood, you think, of the firefighters agreeing to this deal?
It's hard to say, really, because the firefighters wanted a lot more. As you just heard, their inflation has far outpaced their pay. They really wanted a big jump. At first, the start of negotiations, they were asking for 37.5% over 3 years. A lot higher than what they got, but still, we've talked through 15 different pay proposals. So at this point, it seems unlikely how much more they're going to get. So I think that their union leadership is probably going to tell them, this is the best deal we've got. We're going to see how many of them actually think that, though.
Garrett, what about the city?
The city has definitely been more amenable. So city council generally trust what the city staff is telling them as far as what they can get for a deal. They've been pushing for more information. And after the tentative deal came out, we really heard nothing but good things from the council members who seem to be supportive of it. Now, maybe some of them are harboring some secret doubts, but it seems likely that it's going to pass city council as long as it can get through the membership.
This is just a pretty blunt question. Can the city afford this?
The city staff will say they never do anything that they can't afford. And they did have to make some room in the budget. Originally, they were expecting a slightly smaller contract and budgeted for less. They've got to find another $28 million over the next 3 years. City staff have already put out a plan for that, which includes some additional cuts, most notably to some green initiatives, to basically new environmental sustainability projects that the city might do. Those would be gone. And also funding to VIA, the Metropolitan Transit Agency. They get a couple million from the city. That was already planning to wind down, but the city's going to cut it out earlier.
Well, we are talking about our firefighters. All right.
They are, and that's it. And that's one of the things that they rely on for popularity of that contract.
And having this conversation is a big deal. All right. Thank you so much, Garrett.
Thank you, Garrett. Well, a man and woman are dead in what police have called a murder-suicide on the city's north side. Police were called for a welfare check on Sunday in the 7900 block of Jones-Malzberger Road. That is not far from Sunset Road and Highway 281. Now, police thought a male suspect was there, but he was not. Officers later determined that that suspect was at an apartment complex about 9 miles away near East Sonterra Boulevard and Highway 281. So that's on the far north side. When they got there, police tried to talk with that man for a few hours. Eventually, they entered the apartment to find the man and a woman dead. Police say the man killed the woman before taking his own life.
Several hours earlier yesterday in the southwest side of town, another man died after a standoff with police at an apartment complex near Kelly Field. Police say they found a domestic violence situation, a man holding a woman against her will with a gun. That woman was able to safely get out of the building. After that, the man later came out with his gun and took his life in front of police. SAPD says the woman was treated for just minor injuries. Now, if you or anyone you know is suffering through domestic violence, there is so much help for you out there. We've created an entire webpage dedicated to those resources. Scan the QR code on your screen. It'll take you directly to ksat.com/domestic violence.
I'm ABC's Perry Russum in Washington. Investigators are searching for a motive in the second apparent attempted assassination attempt of former President Trump. That story coming up.
Today, President Biden says the Secret Service needs more help. That comes after another possible assassination attempt on former President Trump.
Well, this time it happened in Florida on one of his golf courses. As ABC's Perry Russum reports, one man was taken away in handcuffs, and it's all thanks to a vigilant passerby.
Today, the suspect in the latest apparent assassination attempt on former President Trump in a West Palm Beach, Florida courtroom. This morning, Ryan Wesley Roth charged with federal gun crimes, including possession of a firearm as a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number. He did not enter a plea. Investigators say Trump was on his golf course in West Palm Beach yesterday afternoon near the fifth hole when a Secret Service agent one hole ahead of Trump spotted the barrel of a rifle.
And he was able to spot this rifle barrel sticking out of the fence and immediately engage that individual, at which time the individual took off.
Sources tell ABC News the Secret Service fired 4 to 6 rounds. Trump was 300 to 500 yards away.
Fortunately, we were able to locate a witness that came to us and said, hey, I saw the guy running out of the bushes. He jumped into a black Nissan, and I took a picture of the vehicle and the tag, which was great.
Police tracking down the car, authorities surrounding their suspect. Left behind in the bushes, an AK-47 style rifle, 2 backpacks with a ceramic tile inside, and a GoPro hanging on the fence. Sources familiar with the investigation say they are looking into whether Roth had any frustrations with Trump's position on Ukraine. This video from 2022 appears to show Roth at a demonstration in Kyiv supporting Ukraine. Trump thanking law enforcement for keeping him safe, posting online, "The job done was absolutely outstanding."
He's not the sitting president. If he was, we would have had this entire golf course around it. But because he's not, the security is limited to the areas that the Secret Service deems possible.
This morning, President Biden says the Secret Service needs more help.
I think the Congress should respond to their needs if they in fact need more services.
Trump's advisors are raising concerns that Trump's presence at his golf course was not publicized or previewed in any public way. According to sources familiar with Trump's internal calendar, there was no planned movement to that golf course, and it was a last-minute decision. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
All right, let's head outside with a live cam look. Blue skies, it looks pretty from here, but not if you're outside.
Nope, it's warm and humid, Courtney, but not too far off from what we usually see in September. The aquifer is down 0.4 foot in the past 24 hours. Unfortunately, we got 3 allergens out there, molds, fall elm, and ragweed, but the good news is that they are all low. Outside right now, 89, feeling like 95, definitely not feeling like September. The September sizzle continues all week long with heat index values above 100. But believe it or not, the fall equinox, it's on the 7-day forecast. We're also talking tropics, potential tropical cyclone 8, and where it is headed coming up.
Welcome back. Before we get to weather, Sarah is not going to like this. We don't have a sports block, so Stephanie and I did something special because UT is #1, and we never get 2 Longhorns on the desk. This is special on the noon. So we're going to zoom in real quick. We have our Hook'em Horns earrings.
I'm really happy for you guys.
We can see that.
Don't you dare. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. That's what I said. You're not going to like it. But we can be excited while it's here.
It was still a good weekend. I was a little worried, but viewers got hurt.
Yes.
I'm glad that, Manny
I'm
was
not
able to
going
take
to
over.
yuck your yum, okay? That is really exciting for you guys.
Thank you.
And
wow, I like that.
A&M is ranked too.
Yeah.
Now. Look, we're at the bottom of the ranking, but we're ranked.
There's a number on there.
There's a number.
Well, we have so many Aggies in our newsroom, and a lot of people behind the scenes are Longhorns, but on air, we're just holding down the fort.
We're by ourselves.
We're holding
Listen,
down the fort.
I can only wait until in November when we have our rivalry.
Ooh, it's good. I'm so excited.
It is going to be good.
It's been years.
We're going to have to come up with a fun bet or something.
We will. Justin Horn already has something in the works, allegedly. So we'll check in with him and we'll keep you updated. I know it's been a while since we played, so regardless, we're super excited.
It's going to be a fun game regardless. All right, okay. But you know what? The weather is very hot. In fact, our forecast highs for the remainder of this week going to be much above average. The average high temperature this time of year is 90. We're going to be in the upper 90s for most of this week, mid to upper 90s. And when you factor in the heat index, it is going to feel anywhere from 100 to 102 over the next couple of days during the peak heat of the afternoon. So keep that in mind. I know we had a nice cool front about a week and a half ago, but that's a long ways away because we are dealing with the heat. And here's the reason why. Take a look at your screen. I'm showing you high temperatures across the nation today. We're pretty much one of the hottest spots on the map this afternoon with a high forecast at 97. Really, Phoenix, Arizona beating us out, but it's a dry heat there. So San Antonio going to be pretty toasty. It's all because we got this ridge of high pressure right overhead. You know, the heat high, the one that we usually talk about in the summer, it's here with us this week in San Antonio. And take a look at what happens. It kind of just sticks around in the coming days. Any rainfall is going to be associated with low pressure systems, and you can see that that stays far away from us in Texas. So day after day, we're going to be dealing with the heat, and we're going to be dealing with little to no chance for rain. Even by the end of the week, that heat high is still right overhead and really only starts to move east by the start of next week. So buckle down for a warm, dry, humid week in San Antonio. We are not going to be seeing any rain really in our forecast in a major way. That being said, you take a look outside right now, you can see that there's a couple of puffy cumulus clouds. There is a small, measly 10% chance for a stray shower or storm this afternoon. It's 89 degrees in San Antonio, 92 in New Braunfels, 83 in Del Rio, but take a look at this. It feels like 99 in New Braunfels, and it feels like 95 outside in San Antonio right now. For the rest of the day, you can expect a high temperature of 97, feeling like 101, and then yes, a 10% chance for a stray shower in the afternoon. But as soon as we see the sun set, we're going to have mostly clear skies and a warm evening, 82 by midnight. All right, I want us to go ahead and take a check of the tropics. There is a system that is not quite a tropical depression, not quite a tropical storm. It's called potential tropical cyclone 8. Yeah, the National Hurricane Center, sometimes they can get pretty technical with the names. But basically what you can see is that it's bringing some rain to the Carolinas. It is not expected to strengthen into a tropical storm, so it's not going to be getting a name, but it is going to be bringing rainfall across parts of the Carolinas, in some cases 5 to 7 inches of rain in some areas. Here in San Antonio, though, we're not going to tap into any of that rain, and it's just going to be a very hot week for us. Look at that. Fall technically begins on Sunday with the autumnal equinox early Sunday morning. It is not going to feel like fall. It felt more like fall earlier in September than it does out there right now. And coming up, you know, there's been a lot of talk online about a lunar eclipse tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Right.
Wow.
But don't get your hopes up just yet, because it's not going to be as impressive as maybe it sounds.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
details coming up.
wait to hear
Don't
about
get
it.
your hopes up on eclipses or the weather
Not
or
yet.
fall.
Not yet.
Rude.
Thank you, Sarah. We'll take a look at this. Right now, firefighters in LaPorte are working to put out heavy flames in a pipeline, and emergency officials are recommending that people in that area evacuate.
Wow, that video. This is in the Houston area. LaPorte ISD says all students in schools located in that area are safe and sheltering in place It's unclear what caused this fire, but La Porte Office of Emergency Management said it began right before 10 a.m.
So far, there are no reports of anyone getting hurt. Welcome back. Well, you can eat them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even a snack. They are called pupusas, and once you give the Salvadorian dish a try, you'll never forget it.
I've had them. They are incredible. Data by the U.S. Census American Community Survey says in 2017, about 1.6% of immigrants in San Antonio were from El Salvador.
Well, in celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, our Patty Santos shares the story of a family spreading their culture through food.
Todo se hace con amor, todo lo va a hallar fácil.
Good food is made with love. That's the philosophy of Francisca Alvarez.
Y aquí tiene ya todas las pupusas.
On the grill are the first pupusas for the day.
The name of our restaurant is El Buen Paladar.
Way in the west side of Potranco, Alvarez and her family are working to make a living and introducing people to a new type of food to San Antonio.
We're most famous for our Salvadorian pupusas. We also have Nicaragüense dishes and Salvadorian dishes. And we also have a couple Honduran dishes as well.
Her son-in-law, William Salinas, and daughter, Jessica Salinas, run the restaurant. But it all started here, in this food truck.
They originally started their food truck in about 2007.
Salinas says the hardest part was getting San Antonians to try their food.
You can eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can have it as a late night snack. They're good all day. People absolutely love them.
On an average day, she'll make about 100 to 200 pupusas. She says it's easy, but it takes practice. Trust me, I've tried.
Notice the way she handles the masa right there. And she has this technique that just makes it turn.
There's really an art to it. It took me a while and even her, being from there, it takes a lot of practice to get there.
There's an entire menu of Central American dishes the restaurant makes too, from desserts made with plantain to steak and enchiladas, with a unique Central American flavor.
Pedimos por favor que la gente venga, que nos apoyan.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Those are so good. I've had them. It's been a while, but my friend was from El Salvador when I lived in East Texas. Oh, her cooking is one of my favorite things that I miss.
I need to try it again. It's been a while, but I like how you could spread culture through that as well.
And we have it locally, so definitely try that.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Patty, for that story.
We'll be right back.
Well, we know San Antonio's population keeps seeing an increase, but it's not the only community in our area seeing growth. We have Comal, Guadalupe counties are now among 15 fastest growing in Texas. That's according to estimates from the U.S. Census Bureau. The population of Guadalupe County saw about a 3% change in population back in 2023. That is the 15th highest jump of any county in the Texas. So U.S. Census estimates that Comal is the fourth fastest growing county in the state. Its population went up about 5% from 2022 to 2023.
Another look outside with live cam. We talk about fake fall, but this is pretty typical.
Yeah, we oftentimes get temperatures in the 90s, mid-90s in San Antonio. So, you usually got to wait until October to see consistent cooler weather in San Antonio. So even though fall's going to start this weekend with the autumnal equinox, we're locked into these toasty temperatures. Outside right now, it's 89. We're going to be in the 90s here very soon, feeling like 101 at the peak of the day. And then by the evening hours, we're going to be looking at mostly clear skies. Speaking of the evening hours, tomorrow evening, there's been a lot of chatter about our full moon tomorrow night. We are expecting a full moon tomorrow night, 9:34. And what's fascinating is it also coincides with a partial lunar eclipse. Now, when you say lunar eclipse, a lot of people think about a red tinted moon, right? Well, this is only going to be a partial lunar eclipse, so it's kind of anticlimactic. Okay, this is maybe what it's going to look like out there. And the partial lunar eclipse will be peaking tomorrow night at 9:44, but do not expect a red tinted moon. And you should have mostly clear skies, which will mean good viewing tomorrow. That's tomorrow night. Today, we're going to be talking about how all week long we're going to be looking at near record for the heat, and the heat index will be above 100 degrees. As I mentioned, fall equinox, it's on the 7-day forecast, but not feeling like fall, and tracking potential tropical cyclone 8, where it is in the nation, and who will benefit from its rainfall. Details ahead.
All right, thank you, Sarah. Well, the difference between male and female paychecks has expanded to a level not seen since the George W. Bush administration. In 2023, women made nearly 83 cents for every dollar a man made. That's according to the latest data from the U.S. Census Bureau. That's down more than a penny since 2022. According to the Bureau, it's the first statistically significant widening of the gender pay gap since 2003.
A U.S. appeals court will hold oral arguments about a law that would ban TikTok in the U.S. Congress passed a bill last April that President Biden signed into law. The ban would take effect in mid-January unless TikTok's ownership changes. ByteDance is a Chinese-based company, and the United States is demanding ByteDance divest itself from TikTok. But the company says not so fast. It is challenging the law, saying it violates free speech rights in the United States. The company says if it is divested, it cannot happen by the deadline Congress had set.
Boar's Head says it will close the Virginia plant that produced deli meat products tied to a deadly listeria outbreak. The move is one of several changes at Boar's Head made after what it called a dark moment in its history. It will permanently discontinue sales of liverwurst after an investigation found its production process was the root cause of the listeria contamination. The company will also appoint a new food safety officer and food safety council composed of independent industry experts. U.S. Department of Agriculture Food Safety Inspection Service reports from the Boar's Head facility in Jarrett, Virginia, listed troubling details. They included insects, mold, blood on the floor, and a rancid smell in the cooler in various points since 2022.
Well, this week you could see your asthma symptoms peak, and allergist explains how to prevent an attack. Well, today kicks off what experts call Asthma Peak Week. So if you're one of the millions of people living with asthma, this time of year can be dangerous, and we could see more allergens like ragweed spike. So that's along with exposure to common respiratory viruses combining to create a potential problem for asthma sufferers. Doctors say you can help prevent symptoms from getting worse.
You need to touch base with your healthcare providers to create an asthma action plan.
Well, that will include personalized ways to control asthma, like which medications to take and when to seek emergency care if the symptoms get worse. Finally, Hong also says to know your triggers and work to avoid them. So here are 3 tips to get you started. First of all, stay indoors during high pollen count times. Keep pets that have been outside off the bed, and be aware of mold exposure if you've been walking in fallen leaves.
Well, it may not feel like fall in South Texas, but once the summer heat takes a break, it's time to tackle outdoor cleanup. Consumer Reports tested dozens of tools that can help make the job easier. Daphne Gray has a guide so you don't fall for the ones that fail.
As summer winds down, homeowner Alex Joyce prepares for the fall. His tool of choice? A leaf blower.
So we got 3 acres, lots of trees, lots of leaves. Fall is challenging.
After hours of rigorous testing, Consumer Reports experts know all about what makes a good leaf blower. Testers weigh and strategically pile leaves into a designated area. Then a timer is set to see how long each blower takes to clear the pile. CR says it's also important to consider how much each weighs and whether it is comfortable to use, especially if you have a larger yard.
The heaviest models we've tested weigh nearly twice as much as the lightest ones, and that can make a huge difference even after just a few minutes.
At under 7 pounds, this battery-powered skill is relatively lightweight and costs nearly half the price of some other recommended leaf blowers. A chainsaw can be a handy tool if you've got bigger branches or even tree limbs to tackle. CR times how fast each chainsaw cuts through a 10-inch square oak beam. As you can see, some saws are faster than others, But fast isn't great if it's not safe.
We test chainsaws for a number of safety features, for things like kickback when cutting, but we also just look for some really basic things like whether it comes with a cover for the blade.
CR says you can cut fast and safely with this battery-powered Synex. Pressure washers can make light work of heavy-duty cleaning, but if you don't use them correctly, you risk damaging paint, wood, stone, and even yourself. That's especially true when it comes to the narrow west nozzle.
We think zero-degree nozzles pose an unnecessary risk, which is why we say if you buy a pressure washer that comes with one, just toss it out.
Daphne Gray, KSAT 12 News.
And while you might be tempted to give your dirty, mossy roof a pressure wash, Consumer Report says don't do it. It's too dangerous for both you and the roof. Instead, spray down the roof with a 50-50 mix of bleach and water and let any moss die on its own. That's good information.
Yes, it is.
Hey, we were just talking about allergies and the pollen count a little while ago. The good news is in our pollen count today, really no major issues. We've had the same 3 allergens, molds, fall elm, ragweed, present in some amount over the last couple of weeks, but they're all low today. So that is good news. And I don't really see a front in our forecast anytime soon to kick up the ragweed or to kick up some of the tree pollen. Unfortunately, though, the aquifer is down 0.4 of a foot over the past 24 hours. And today there's only a small 10% chance during the afternoon and evening commute for a pop-up downpour. More on that measly chance for rain and what you can expect for the rest of what is technically summer coming up in a bit.
False fall again.
Yeah, false fall.
Fall's falling.
Pretend fall.
Texas's fall is falling.
Yeah, I love that. It's been done for about a week since last weekend when we were waking up in the 60s and even in the 50s, but we're back to temperatures well above average for this time of year. It's 89 in San Antonio outside. Temperatures 93 in New Braunfels, 90 in Gonzales, 90 in Beeville, 81 in Eagle Pass, and 84 in Del Rio. A little bit cooler out near Del Rio and Eagle Pass because they've had a little bit more cloud cover today than those of us around San Antonio. It feels like 97 in San Antonio, feels like 100 in New Braunfels, feels like 97 in Pleasanton. We're going to be feeling like the triple digits today, even though the thermometer may not reach it. Here's what I mean. It's been a little bit cloudier out in Del Rio and Eagle Pass throughout the day today. But here in San Antonio, we've had nothing but sunny skies. We're starting to see some pop-up cumulus clouds develop out there this afternoon. If those cumulus clouds can get tall enough, they could lead to 1 or 2 isolated showers this afternoon, but the chance for rain in your backyard is only 10%. So we're just going to have to be dealing with the heat for the remainder of the afternoon. 97 for the high, 10% chance. By the evening, we'll be looking at mostly clear skies, temperatures falling into the 80s. It's still going to be in the low 80s by midnight. Remember this time last week when the sun would set and it would get beautiful and cool and crisp outside? No, not the case this evening. It's because the humidity is here and it's here to stay. Muggy throughout this week, high humidity, dew points in the 60s and 70s, which means we're going to have a heat index just about every single day. I'm showing you the forecast high temperatures across the nation today because San Antonio is going to be one of the hotter spots on the map all across the nation, even though it's plenty warm out across areas nearer to the Great Lakes. But other than Phoenix, Arizona, and that's a dry heat, we're technically one of the hotter areas in the nation. And that heat high is going to be with us all week long. Notice around the low, you get the cooler temperatures. Around the high, you get the hotter temperatures. And that's going to be the case as that heat high just kind of hangs out. In fact, another reinforcing low pressure system moves across the Pacific Northwest coming up this week, but it stays too far north as that high kind of winds out and pushes the cooler air away from Texas. We really don't see that high loosen up at all over the next couple of days. It'll start to move a little bit more to the east by the weekend, but even then it's still going to be hot. So when we look at the next 7 days, our average high this time of year is 90. So we're going to be at 97 today, 97 tomorrow, close to records both today and tomorrow. And then by the end of the week and even into the weekend when that heat high moves a little bit off to the east, we're still going to be in the mid 90s. Now I do want to talk for a second about potential tropical cyclone 8. It will not be be strengthening into a tropical storm, so it will not be getting a name, but it is still going to be bringing a lot of rainfall to the Carolinas through tomorrow. And so those areas are on alert for potential flooding issues. But meanwhile, we got the opposite problem here in San Antonio, where we cannot get any rain really for us at all. And that is impressive. It's going to be hot when autumn officially starts on Sunday morning with the autumnal equinox. We'll be back with more news after the break.
Well, it is Hispanic Heritage Month, and now through October 15th, SA Live will be sharing stories from across our community that highlight and celebrate the culture and contributions of Latinos.
It's a big part of San Antonio's culture, and today Jen Tobias-Dresky connects with Live from the South Side to learn more about the rise of Latinos in country music.
Okay, I'm here with April and Adam, and we're here at KLMO, Tejano 98.9 and 92.1?
Yes.
All right, this is where April does her show. If you were able to listen throughout the week, and as we kick off Hispanic Heritage Month, we're talking music. But we're talking about country music. Tell me more, April.
We are talking about Latinos in country music to highlight these amazing, talented artists that are here on the south side of San Antonio and throughout the city and our state.
Yes, and Adam, you tell me, because how long have you been here?
I'm going with KLMO for 5 years, actually, since the inception when they moved to San Antonio.
Okay.
But I've been in the music business for over 40 years.
Over 40 years. So let's talk about the evolution here of Latinos in country music. Now, it's always been the stories, right, with Tejano music.
Yes.
But now, how is it as of right now, present day?
It's actually grown quite a bit. I think Texas Country Radio had a lot to do with that. Tejanos always played country. In fact, Tejanos play a variety of music. But I think Texas Country Radio actually opened the door for a lot of the Latinos that are doing country, and they actually do it really well. A lot of it is original as well, so it's good stuff. It's great. And a lot of these Latinos do have their music on the charts.
Really? Okay, so they do have their music on the charts. April, would you say they get as much recognition, though? Like,
no, they do not.
Okay.
You know, I've been in the music industry for a very long time. I grew up in the Tejano industry as well. And, you know, you saw a lot of Tejano artists like Emilio and Ram perform country covers, right? But now we have Tejanos, Latinos that just play primarily country. And I think that a lot of times when they're at their performances, people think that they're Tejano artists, but they're not. And they have albums and they have their music on Spotify and Pandora and all these outlets, right? But you don't hear them on the mainstream country stations.
Is that something you've been able to see more now with your show?
Not yet, but I hope that boosts the exposure for these artists, because they're all talented and they all deserve mainstream, you know, audiences as well.
Let's also talk about who we're going to see today, because we're going to get to listen to a Southsider.
You want to bring that up?
Yes.
We're all Southsiders here.
A great friend of ours who happened to be big in the Latino industry as well, and now he's doing country, and it's Jay Smart.
The question for you guys that we'll end with is, what is it about music that keeps you? Obviously, you've been part of this for decades, and you too, April. So why is this important to you?
I think just the fact that having Latinos be able to do country music, like I said, their music is on a lot of the platforms. They are hitting the Texas country charts, and they put out great music. And a lot of these artists are actually opening up for bigger artists like Randy Rogers and those type of artists. So they're slowly just growing. It's getting bigger and better.
You know, highlighting this series, for me, it's about representation. It's about exposing our talented Latinos doing all these things here, in not only in my Southside community, but in my city, and how they offer just a unique flair of their Tejano roots to the country music scene. That's what it is for me.
Now remember, SA Live is in its new time slot, which is 10 a.m. on weekdays after GMSA at 9.
But you can always get SA Live content on demand. You can just go over to salive.com, or you can download the KSAT Plus app.
We'll be right back. This year's Head for the Cure 5K is inching closer. It'll be on September 28th at Providence Catholic School. You can register right now by scanning the QR code right there on your screen.
Well, that will take you directly to the website to register, and proceeds from Head for the Cure go to brain cancer research. So for more information, you can also visit KSAT and I hope by the time September 28th rolls around, it will be a little cooler, like a tad, or at least
hopefully in the morning when
Yeah.
they go for runs, right? But honestly, I'm not really seeing much in the forecast. I would suggest a cool front until maybe October. So yeah, we are in it for the September sizzle. High temperature is going to be in the upper 70s over the next few days, mid to upper 70s. Feeling even hotter because of the high humidity, of course. And then fall will officially begin with the autumnal equinox Sunday at 7:43 in the morning. And even if it doesn't feel like fall, at least we'll be able to say it's officially fall.
Yeah, we can wear fall colors, but like short sleeve fall colors.
It'll give us an excuse, right? You guys have any fall traditions? I know you have a Halloween tree instead of a Christmas tree. Although I'm sure you have a Christmas
Well, I have that
tree
too, but yeah, I put up the Halloween tree a lot faster than I
What
do.
color is it?
Well, it's just it's more the ornaments. It's just the white branches and Halloween ornaments.
I don't have that. I have a little wreath on my door.
Well, that counts. That counts.
It'll make it feel more like fall. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good afternoon.